podcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. This is Mitch Ribak from Tropical Beachside, brokered by EXP Realty. Thanks for coming on board today. Looking forward to explaining to you a little bit about EXP and why I was willing to give up my brokerage and move the whole brokerage to EXP Realty 18 months ago. And we'll just get right into it. So basically, I went to sell my company in December of 2016, and what I realized about selling a brokerage is it's very, very difficult to sell. Not because people weren't making me offers. I got plenty of offers for the company because we were a very successful brokerage, but the terms that they wanted just were not acceptable to me. And at that point, I'd been researching EXP for about a year and a half because I love the concept. To me, it's the best opportunity I've ever seen in my life. But I had a few things in the way. My ego was in the way. I'm a broker of a big company. I'm a national speaker. All that stuff played into it. And but when I really sat down and looked at it really, really hard, it just made a lot of sense. Not just for myself and my family, but mainly for my agents. If I had sold the company like I had planned on selling the company, then my agents would have gotten nothing except for me begging them to stay for the 3 years so I get my full payout. Because you see, when you sell a brokerage, your payout is in 3 payments, and your final payment is based on the number of agents that you retain when you first sold the company to them. And so if 50% of the people didn't like the company, then my $3 million they offered went down to $1.5 million, which didn't work for me. So the final thing for me was when I met with Jason Gessing up in New York around this time. And this time of year in 2017, he said I could keep my Tropical Realty Beachside name, which was a big thing for me because we have a pretty good sized brand here in Brevard County, Florida. So that was great. My agents bought into it; they loved it, and we switched over on June 1st of 2017. And 18 months in, I can tell you it's been amazing. My agents have all stayed with me. We've grown locally from 40 agents to we have 160 EXP agents in Brevard County now. I personally have 360 agents in 22 states. It's just been an incredible ride, and we're just at the beginning. We have so much more fun to happen over the next 5-10 years as we continue to grow the company. But as I go through this today, I want you to keep an open mind, and I will tell you that as a broker, my job was always to try to keep you locked into my brand and locked into what I did, whether I gave you leads or whether I gave you, whatever tools I gave you, it didn't matter. That was my goal. And I'm going to be honest with you, that was my goal as a broker. I was to hopefully get you there so you stay there, and the importance of what I do. The EXP opportunity gives everybody who is in my group or in my company or in my team, whatever we are these days, the ability to build their own business. And that's really what my goal is as I get a little older. I'm 58 years old today, actually, which is crazy. And as I get a little bit older, my goal is to help as many people as I can reach financial freedom. And you can't really do that as a real estate agent. You can almost do that, but you can't really get freedom. And what EXP has allowed myself and several of my agents, by the way, which I'll talk about in a little bit, to become free and financially. So we're going to go into a bunch of stuff. So first thing we're going to talk about is Glenn Sanford. Glenn Sanford's the founder of the company. Pretty amazing guy. He started actually working for AOL years ago and ended up being a KW agent with his team doing about $60 million a year. And then he just didn't like the profit share part of that. He wanted to be more of the revenue, because the profit share obviously was based on whether your market center was profitable, and most market centers aren't profitable. So he came up with this whole revenue share, which is a top line expense, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Glenn is an innovator. He's amazing. I usually make jokes that I thought I was the smartest guy in real estate until I met Glenn, and he's definitely way smarter than I am. So great guy, always available. I'm blessed to be part of the 18 top influencers in the company in North America, and we meet every quarter with all of our people, so all of our influencers, and we have great conversations about how do we grow EXP, how do we make sure the agents that come first, and that's really what Glenn's still, even though we've gotten to be 15 to 16,000 agents now, he still has this vision to help the agents grow and to be whatever they want to be. Awesome person. we're innovative. All you got to do is look at some of the innovations that have come over it. In their early stages, nobody believed Netflix would actually be viable. Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy them for $50 million. $50 million. They said no. Now Netflix is worth $50 billion. And how much is Blockbuster worth? Oh, yeah, they're not there anymore. Look what Amazon has done to retail. I believe the number is 46% of all retail now is through Amazon. Pretty amazing. And we truly believe at EXP that we have changed the way we do traditional brokerage by putting the agents first, by having the agents have equity and ownership in the company, and by the agents sharing in the revenues that come into the company. Very, very cool. And nobody is doing what we're doing. Because we have no desk fees, and you can work from anywhere. Last year I was in Ireland, and I have agents that are in San Diego that I had to have a meeting with. I just hopped into our EXP world, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and we had our meeting in there. So we don't have bricks and mortar as a company. We have 300 employees, but we don't have bricks and mortar. And because we don't have bricks and mortar, we're allowed to give that money back to the agents in technology and in support. And I can tell you that even with my brokerage, we were always there for our agents, but we weren't always available, right? Same thing with, with any team, especially if a broker's a selling broker. I wasn't a selling broker to speak of, but, you had to get a hold of me or had to get a hold of my assistant. Here you hop in the world and you talk to whoever you need support from. Everything we do is paperless, and you have instant access to training and support always. So we'll show you that in a few minutes. We have some great tools, and I'll talk about those for a few minutes. We have everybody gets a KV Core website. KV Core used to be conversion. Somebody asked me today in my local office meeting we had, how do I rank them as far as websites go and CRMs? And I would say they're in the top 3 to 5 of all websites. I've looked at pretty much all of them, being in the internet for so many years now and being a leader in the internet around the U.S. and Canada. I've looked at all sorts of backends. Real Estate Webmasters is one of my favorites. Phenomenal system, and KV Core is another one. They're definitely in the top 3 that I would use. It's a great lead generation platform, but more importantly, it's a great lead conversion platform. And I help agents all the time understand lead conversion. We can talk about that at some point if you ever want to reach out to me. Live training, we do 15 to 25 hours a week of live training inside our campus. We do everything from listings and buyers and lead generation, social media, how to use our technology, open houses. I've done a lead conversion class in there. I'm getting ready to do another class in there on how to generate more business. All these things are things we do, and it's not just people who are just spouting off stuff that don't sell houses. It's people that actually sell houses that are teaching these classes. All of our classes are archived, so you can get your training anytime you want if you can't attend the live training. I think training is amazing. The more training you have is the more success you are in this business. It's that simple. All right, this is the world, and instead of taking you through this, I'm going to actually show you the world in real life. So here I am. Let me make sure you guys are seeing this okay. This is me, little short bald guy, just like I am in real life. And I'm just going to take you to a couple places. I'm not going to take you to the whole place because it's a pretty big campus. But here's Tech Outpost. So say you have an issue with a computer. A couple of weeks ago, I had an issue with my computer. I went in here, and you'll see there's people in there waiting to talk to you. The person waiting to talk. I went in here, they took over my computer, and literally within a minute or two, they took over my computer and fixed it. It was literally within minutes. You can fast forward to places. We have our online campus, our online auditorium, which is where all of our classes are. So when we go into the auditorium, you can watch anything you want to watch. All of our brokers are located in here. All of our everything's here. And so that's pretty much a bit of it. I'm not going to sit here and spend a lot of time on it, but you can do all your collaborating in here. I meet with my agents from all over the country in here often. You can meet the broker in here. And oops, sorry about that. We're in the world there. That's the auditorium. There's a class going on right now, so I'm going to get out of there. And you can do literally everything, large meetings. I've had meetings with up to 50, 60 agents in there. You can collaborate, you can share information, you can actually bring customers in the world and show them listings. Some of my agents will go in there, bring their out-of-state buyers into a meeting room, and put the MLS up on the screen so they can see everything going on. Very, very cool stuff. We also have an amazing opportunity to earn equity in the company. We are a public company. We're traded on NASDAQ. It's EXPI. And we're running about $8 a share right now, $7.50, $8, $8.50. I don't know. It changes. It is stock. But you earn equity in multiple ways. You can earn equity on your first transaction every year. You can earn equity when you cap, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. You can earn equity when you introduce an agent to the company on their first transaction. You can become an icon. An icon agent is when you cap and then sell 20 transactions after you cap. So basically that's $16,000 in commissions paid to EXP. And if you sell 20 more homes after that, you become an icon agent with a couple of things you have to do culturally with us. And you will get your $16,000 cap that you paid in back to you in stock. Pretty awesome stuff. And you can also take 5% of every transaction you have and buy the stock at a 20% discount. And I can tell you that almost all of my agents have done that, and some have made $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 this year. And the nice thing about this is it puts money away for you that you normally probably wouldn't save, but you're saving and becoming equity in the company. Highly love the ability to generate this. The award stocks are great because those take a few years to vest, which is typical of any type of company giving you award stocks. But it's a savings account. That's the way I look at it. Is I've now got about $60,000, $70,000 in stock, and that's just sitting there for my retirement. I'm not doing anything with it right now. I have no desire to sell it. We are built on a revenue share model. So similar to Keller Williams, and remember I said at the beginning, KW is built on a profit share model. We're built on a revenue share model. And what that simply means is if you introduce somebody to the company on their first transaction from day one, on their first transaction, you are going to get 3.5% of that transaction up to $2,800 per year. For as long as you are in the company and they are in the company, you will get a referral fee up to $2,800 each year from that agent. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this. Whoever's introduced you to this video today, you might want to talk to them about that, or you can reach out to me if you haven't talked to anybody yet about EXP and how this can help you. But I'm going to give you a quick story. I call it the story of Katy. So Katy came to me a year and a half ago, actually it's 2 years now, and said, my daughter's going to college in September 2018, and I have no way I'm going to be able to pay for college. At the time, as a broker, the only solution I had for her was to sell more homes. And Katy said something that resonated with me as a father and now a grandfather, that if she sold more homes, she wouldn't be able to spend the last year with her daughter as much. Katy's a single mom and wanted to really enjoy that last year while she was home, which I 100% get. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. So anyways, when we switched on June 1st of 2017, I said, Katy, here's a great opportunity. So I'm not going to show you the details of how she got there, but Katy now has 5 people directly under her that she directly introduced to the company, and she's got other people that those people who she introduced people to. And the short of it is Katy will now make approximately $28,000 this year from referral fees, revenue share, from agents that she's helped introduce to the company. $28,000, think about that. That pays for her college. So EXP, in essence, is paying for Katy's college. They're rewarding her for introducing people to the company. Amazing stuff. The next page is literally the same page about what I just talked to you about, sponsoring people, introducing people to the company. It's a great way to build a residual income. The nice thing about it, there's a lot of nice things about it, but it actually can work toward your retirement too, because when you retire, you'll still get this money coming in. So I'll give you a simple number. If you introduce 2 people a year for the next 3 years to the company, and you taught those people all how to just introduce 1 person over the next 3 years, and for easy numbers' sake, they all paid their $16,000 into the company, then you would receive up to $36,000 in revenue each year. And as long as they're all with the company, you would get that each year. So what would an extra 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, whatever that number is, mean for you and your family? For most people, it means you'll be able to sell more homes because you're not worrying about paying your mortgage, because now your mortgage is being paid for by rewards that EXP has given you for helping us grow the company. It's ridiculously amazing, and we're changing lives every day. And that's kind of the best part of this for me, is I'm literally changing people's lives now. I talk to people every day. I have people joining every day from all over the country, and I get off the phone and I just feel so good about it. I'm no longer trying to sell them on my company. People either get this or understand this. And the people that don't understand this, sometimes they come back later on. I've seen several do that. Have come back to me later on and joined. But the reality is this is an opportunity like none I've ever seen before. I gave up almost $3.8 million with my brokerage to do this, and I didn't do that without a lot of research and a lot of thinking. Good stuff. Collaboration, I talked about that a little bit, but I get on there and I'm collaborating with people all over the U.S. I'm actually getting ready to go into Canada. They've asked me to come to Canada and do some classes up there, so I'll be opening up my group into Canada. You are not limited to state lines. If you know an agent in Minnesota, for instance, you can introduce them to the company. But we talk to people all over the place. We share with each other. They have the EXP Power Girls. What a great opportunity that is. 3,000 of our agents are in EXP Power Girls. And that's just all of them sharing in the auditorium every week on how they're growing their businesses. We all help each other to become successful because we all know we all own a piece of this company. So the more we help this company be successful, the more chance we have of our stock going up and retirement being better. We have lots of tools, and I'm going to take you into one more place online. And this is our back end. So this is called Exp Enterprise. And back here, you can invite people into the world. So this is how my agents invite people, their buyers into the world who want to look at MLSs. You can go on here and look at training. We literally have training in all sorts of aspects of our business. Anything, like I said, from listings to everything else. We have a program called Make It Rain. Make It Rain is cool because that's a lead generation platform. They will generate leads to your KV Core website. We can explore everything that has to do with EXP. We have Extend a Hand. Extend a Hand is really awesome. Last year we had hurricanes in Brevard County, Florida, and EXP called every single one of us to make sure we were okay. And one of our agents actually had a good amount of damage to his house. The next day he woke up to EXP wiring $2,500 to his bank account. That's pretty amazing. I just think that's really, really cool. You can get our logos here. You can get your marketing materials here. We have great marketing materials all pre-populated with your information. You can order your signs here. You can log into SkySlope here or your KV Core website. Our workplace, which is our Facebook workplace that we have, which is really cool. It's pretty amazing stuff. You can also see all your transactions. So I've done since June 1st, I've done 4.1 million in sales. Not bad considering I don't really sell houses. But I can see everything here, how many transactions I've been in, how much money I've made, how much percentage of cap I'm at, how many people I have in my downline or my organization around the country, how much in fees I've paid. It's all sitting there waiting to do that. And you can do everything else. So you can look at your transactions. You can look at your financials. You can redo your profile. You can look up agents for referrals. Last week, I got 3 referrals locally, 1 listing, and 2 buyer referrals just from being part of EXP. Really awesome. So we have great tools in technology, and we continue to innovate. We recently bought Virbela. Virbela is the company that built our EXP world that I just showed you a few minutes ago. We also just bought an app called Show Me Now. So we're continuing to buy companies and innovate, which is one of the reasons why we're the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about us. If you look anywhere in real estate, Inman's talking about us all the time. Heck, even Gary Keller's talking about us all the time these days. The Wave Group, Medium, Seeking Alpha, these people are all talking about what we're doing to real estate and being called the Amazon of real estate. Where else do you get an opportunity like this? I've never seen one. I just have never seen something this awesome. So let's talk about the money because I know you care. Everybody cares about the money and how it affects their pocketbook because after all, we're all here to make a living, right? Everybody's on an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. A $16,000 cap, for those that don't know what that means, is you will only pay $16,000 in commissions to the company. At that point, you go up to 100% commission for the remainder of the year. Your startup costs are $149. That includes your business cards, some folders, your website. Every month you have two fees, a $50 tech fee and a $35 education fee. Again, everybody pays this. Every transaction, you have a $25 broker fee and a $40 E&O risk management fee. Every single person pays that. What does that mean? When I had my brokerage, I had probably 4 different commission programs based on whether I liked you or not, whether you're productive or not. With EXP, I pay the same split as everybody else. When I moved the brokerage over, of course, I try to get them to give me a 100% fee. I'm a broker. I get 100%. Why can't I get 100%? They said, nope. Even the CEOs are on the 80-20 split of the company. So we're all the same split. So you don't have to worry about what the neighbor's making. It's very, very generous. And I just think that's really cool that there's no games being played. Remember, at every brokerage that we have, whatever brokerage you're a part of, generally speaking, there's a different plan for different people depending on your standing in the company. Growing, I keep forgetting to update the slide. We're now almost 16,000 agents in 50 states and 3 Canadian provinces and getting ready to open up a 4th province in Canada. We are growing like crazy. We're adding about 800 to 1,000 new agents every month throughout the country. One of the cool things about the company is a lot of people say, well, you're a virtual company, so how do you become, how do you like have a culture and all that stuff? Surprisingly, we have an amazing culture. I'm only going to talk about a couple of them. One is collaboration we talked about, which is cool. Agile is really cool. And what does that mean by agility and being agile? When we met in Arizona with Glenn Sanford and the 18 top people in the company, a couple of weeks ago, we had a couple of things we had to discuss. We discussed those literally about 3 weeks ago now, and next week they're being rolled out, the changes that we all agreed upon. Everything is transparent. When you go to one of our events, all of our leadership is everywhere. They want to talk to you. They want to see everybody. Everybody has great integrity. Everybody's out there. We're taught to do the right thing. We're all about service. Literally, it's an amazing culture that we have. Locally, we get together every couple of months to say hi to each other. We're all here to help each other, and it's one thing that I just don't see in a lot of brokerages. I trained a lot of brokerages around North America, and I just don't see the same stuff here. And most importantly, to me at least, is fun. If you guys know me, and some of you do on this thing, I don't take myself serious at all. I'm always making fun of myself on stage because when you look at me, there's a lot to make fun of. We have a ball. I actually, the first time in a lot of years, having an awesome time in real estate. So we're going to finish with a couple of things that I want to talk about. And one of those is my why. So one of the things I had to do when I was doing this and deciding what I was going to do was really look at my life and wonder, what am I doing now, or what was I doing now? How is that working for me? And how does that affect my why? For those of you that know me, know I have a granddaughter with a very rare disease, Lola, who's on the page there with her seizure dog. Lola's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see, and she's 12 years old and changed my life 12 years ago. Never thought I'd have a son, a child, or a grandchild with any type of issue, but we do. And it's my purpose now. I know my purpose. I look at my phone because she's on my phone, my picture's on my phone every day. And I do that just to make sure that I keep on track. It's my why. So when you're doing your business, and I don't care if you're joining EXP or if you're just trying to become a better realtor, you need to get that self-accountability, that self-motivation. And Lola's my self-motivation. So what is your motivation? What's your why? You need to figure that out. I think it's really important. So we're going to end on this note. Why would you join EXP Realty? The first thing is ask yourself, what's going to be different this year to next year? I can tell you from doing this now for 17 years that I am literally I was doing the same thing every year, and I got the same results every year. I did well. I'm not complaining about how well I did, but there was no other opportunity for me. There was no residual income. There was no passive income, which anybody who talks about wealth says that's what you have to have, is some sort of passive income. There was nothing to give my family. If I died tomorrow, Tropical Realty would have gone away, and the world went on without me. What does your retirement look like? To me, we don't have retirement. And if you're like I am, and I'm just as guilty as the rest of us, when I make money, I spend money. So when I was getting my commission checks or making my monthly fees or whatever, my monthly money from my company, we live a pretty good lifestyle. I spent it. I don't have a lot of money in retirement. So what does your retirement look like? What are you doing to save money and put something away for that day. I will tell you, from someone that's missed a couple of big opportunities in my life, I wasn't going to let this opportunity pass me by. Even though at the time, beginning, my ego was in the way, being a big broker. Once I let go of I always say let go of my ego instead of let go of my ego. I know, pretty corny. But once I was able to let go of my ego and really look at the opportunity for what it was, it made sense, not just for myself, for my agents. So please reach out to the person that invited you to the webinar today. Or if it was me, please reach back out to me. And I've recorded this, so if you want a recording of it, please feel free to contact me. I'm always here to help. Thank you so much. Have an incredible day, and we'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.